I'm a month into my second year after my husband's passing. And I had heard in the first year, I don't know if it was from Grief Share or some widows blogs that I had been on, but I had heard from quite a few people that the second year can honestly be worse than the first year. And I remember thinking, how can that be? Well, in some ways, it is hard. It is harder because the first thing that happens is you're really finally settling into the reality that your person is gone and they're not coming back. And you start to look around at your life and evaluate it and think about how your life has changed living now without your person. And so I think I have to agree with that statement that it is hard. It's very hard. Not in the same way that first year, that first month, that first anything, that first year. Not the same thing, because in that second year, you are fully present. I probably had a good 2 months following Larry's death where I was numb. I remember very, very little about what happened. And even when grief finally kicked in, I have a lot of holes in my memory. And during those first several months, maybe even 6 months, I noticed that I had people checking on me. I did spend more time at my daughter's house, but a lot of people in my life made a point of checking in with me, maybe inviting me to lunch, things like that. Well, when you get into that second year, that pretty much is gone. And I don't think that it's that people are done with you. I think that unless you have experienced that same kind of loss, I think a lot of people think, well, she made it through her first year. She's good. Or, I saw her at church and she looked fine to me. By the second year, I think we've become very good at giving those quick answers when somebody says, how are you? Fine. Okay. We just give that back because we feel like that people are tired of hearing about it. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. But that's what it feels like. I'm in my spring break right now from work. And pretty much everybody I know is out of town. I did make an effort to schedule lunch and a movie with a couple friends. Couldn't get that to work. So I'm just on my own. And I know for me, I'm seriously tired of it. But there's not a lot I can do about it. There really isn't. I did take myself to the movies and went to lunch. But really what I miss is being with people. And really more than that, what I miss is being with Larry. So in this second year, I am trying to figure it out. I can't change my temperament, which is definitely as an introvert. I have a structure to my life that can slowly change over time, but I don't know that I don't know that it'll make a whole lot of difference. So if you know somebody who's a widow, even if you think, well, they seem fine with me, they seem okay, you don't know what goes on at their house at night. You have no way of knowing by a quick glance. Maybe call them, maybe just reach out and say, hey, you want to meet at Starbucks, or, let's get together. Because I'm betting that person maybe is feeling isolated or overlooked. And, we're coming up on Easter, and it was always one of Larry's and my favorite times of the year. But it's hard. It really is hard. So watch out for those people in your life, okay?